Y'all, every time somebody dead, this baby is giggling. Home address. And child, I would have opened the door, saw little baby, and I would have closed the door back. What's up? It's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel, King Nikki. In this video, I will be recapping the first 2 episodes of the HBO Max series, The Baby, about a woman who unexpectedly ends up with a baby. The series is dark comedy. Now, I personally prefer more dark, less comedy, but I am really enjoying this series so far. So the first episode opens up with a really great scene. We see a woman running through the woods at night, carrying a bag with 2 cops chasing along behind her. Y'all, as she is running, we hear the sounds of like a monster or beast type thing breathing. And I love how this is done where it's like to a beat, kind of like it's music. I don't know. I thought it was really interesting. It was very creepy. I'm speculating though, saying that it sounded like a monster or a beast. I mean, that's how it sounded to me. But I thought this was really good. Now, the woman ends up running and coming up on a cliff, and she stops right at the edge. The cops yell out for her to put the bag down, and they end up asking her to open up the bag. Now, why they would have her do this, I have no clue. I mean, I would think that you would secure her, handcuff her, and then you would open the bag. I don't know. But anyway, once she opens the bag, we see a baby crawl out. Y'all, the way that this woman was looking down at the dang baby, her facial expression, I swear, it was like the way Ripley was looking at the alien child. And this little baby looked so creepy, y'all. The way he was staring at her, like just the stares was tripping me out. The baby starts crawling towards the woman, and she begins to back up slowly towards the cliff. I swear the baby was staring at her like, jump bitch. Like, I feel like that's what the baby was saying. Then old girl just goes off the cliff, and the dang baby started giggling, y'all. Now look. If you were to ask me, yo, Nick, cliff or baby, child, I'm choosing the cliff, okay? So I get it. What was odd to me is why the cop stayed so far away from her the entire time. I did not understand that. I mean, why didn't they start slowly moving towards her before she went over the cliff? They were talking to the lady, giving her instructions, right? So why weren't they moving closer towards her? I didn't get that. The baby starts crawling towards the cliff, and the cops begin to run over, trying to get to the baby before he can go over the cliff, before he can reach the cliff. However, they do not make it over fast enough, and the baby goes over the cliff, child. We then see 3 friends, Natasha, Max, and Rita, having a poker night, a girls' night at Natasha's house. Now, Natasha is annoyed that Max brought her baby over, and though she put the baby down in the bedroom, her baby would not stay down, and once she started crying, Max goes into the room, brings the baby out into the living room where the girls are hanging out at, having Natasha put her cigarette out because, I mean, it's a baby. Then she was messing around with the baby, fiddling with the pacifier. You know how moms do when you trying to talk to them and tell them something, they mess around fiddling with the baby. And that was getting on Natasha's nerves. She was pretty snippy and annoyed. But then another bomb is dropped when Rita tells Natasha that she is currently pregnant. So basically, Natasha don't want nothing to do with no baby, and she don't want nobody around her having no baby either. Natasha jokes that it's not too late to get rid of it, after asking how far along old girl is. Now, see, Natasha got some issues, child. Look, I don't have no kids, right? But I have had situations of hanging out with a girlfriend, you know, a homegirl, who has kids, and I'm trying to talk to them, and in the middle of the conversation, they just pull a breast out, start breastfeeding. Look, you be trying to talk, and then they start yelling at the dang kids, and then they continue talking to you. I mean, look, it's just certain stuff that comes along when your friends got kids, and it's really not that big of a deal. I don't know, Natasha, Y'all, Natasha got a little attitude. She want her friends' lives to be the lives. She want her life to be like they can't have no kids because she don't want no kids. I don't know, y'all. I was watching like Natasha, girl, you gotta calm down, baby. When the baby drops her pacifier, right, and Max goes to pick it up, Natasha annoyed and she like, just leave it, she fine. Hold on there, girl, this ain't your baby. You can't tell nobody what to do with their baby and their baby pacifier. I don't know, y'all. Natasha was kind of rubbing me the wrong way at the beginning. Natasha ends up deciding to go away to a secluded cabin for a few days to figure out why she is so happy. In her words, and when she said that, it suddenly made sense. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, girl, you miserable. Like, that's why you was acting like such a jerk. She miserable and just projecting that onto her friends. Like, girl, you know how people be when they ain't happy and they can't be happy for nobody else. I guess that's Natasha. Now, I didn't care much for the scenes with her talking with her co-workers at the restaurant. Oh boy, she was talking to was just obnoxious. I didn't care about her dancing in the car and all that little extra stuff like that. I don't know. It just got a little lackluster during that part. Now, I was confused as to why in this day and age, Natasha was so surprised when she got to the cabin that she had booked for her little staycation. Girl, you didn't see pictures of the place online? I don't understand. When I tell y'all this place was this look, y'all ever saw that movie The Cabin in the Woods? This was worse than that cabin. There wasn't even a bed, just a sofa. Not that I would even want to lay on a mattress in this place. Now, the lady renting the place out literally looked like the crypt keeper, y'all. She asked the lady, Natasha asked the lady if this is her house, and she tell Natasha it's my friends. But everything around this lady just feel creepy. And y'all, with a cigarette in her, like cigarette smoke coming out her mouth, she tell Natasha no smoking. Baby, but you smoking. Look, I'm telling you like this. If I go somewhere for a vacation and it look like this, I'm just going to hell back home. Now, we see Natasha just sitting on the sofa scrolling social media, right? And y'all, why she get upset looking at a picture of old girl posting her positive pregnancy test? Like, y'all, Natasha's so miserable. Like, why they portraying single women with no kids like this? Like, I don't care somebody else having a baby. She gonna look at the picture and say, no one wants to see that F you. Girl, how you mad about somebody else's pregnancy? Like, this is mind-boggling. If somebody pregnant, I just be like, yo, congrats. And I keep going with my life. I'm telling y'all, Natasha is a trip. Now, respecting the crypt keeper's rules, Natasha steps outside for a smoke. And I like how this scene is shot, how dark and creepy the cliff and rocks behind her looks with the light shining on the side where the house is and the little garden gnome. Child, garden gnomes will always be creepy to me. I mean, everything is pretty, I want to say typical little horror elements at this point, but I still enjoyed it. Now, as Natasha is smoking, a body crashes to the ground and blood splatters on Natasha, child. Now, I'm pretty immune to jump scares. I mean, I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. I could see it coming a mile away, but that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. You can kind of see a lot of things a mile away that unfolds in this series. Now, after the body falls, the baby falls right into Natasha's arms, like. Now, see, if Natasha would have just taken a few steps back and let the baby just, she would have avoided a lot of mess. So we see both cops in the cabin with Natasha, and I'm confused why she's holding the baby. One cop asks her for a glass of water, and she just being all awkward and weird, like, babe, the other cop used the toilet, like, okay. Y'all, Natasha was holding the baby so awkward. Like, come on now, child. Like, it's just too, I don't know, exaggerated. But, child, what kind of cops are these? Because Natasha asked them what's next. And the niggas just standing there looking at her like she asked them to solve a physics equation or something. Wouldn't the cops call this in? Ain't y'all supposed to radio this in? Get back up out here. I mean, the lady dead body is on the ground. Ain't this like a crime scene? Don't the cops have to like stay, secure the scene while the coroner and forensic people and other cops come? But anyway, Natasha shoves the baby at them and says, good luck, chuck the dudes. As she's standing in front of the closed door after they leave, she ends up hearing a crash. Y'all, a boulder. What if a boulder came from? A boulder falls on the cop's car, but only the front seat, and kills the cops while the baby just sitting in the back seat, chilling. Now see, Natasha's little survival instincts not working right, because nothing about this makes any sense. First of all, why would police officers put a loose baby in the back seat by himself? Second of all, if they did, then the impact of the boulder and the car suddenly stopping should have thrown the baby. Now, they show us the POV from the inside of the car, and we hear that strange monster beast type breathing again right before Natasha opens the door. Child, after that collision, it ain't no way that you should be able to open that door and see a baby just sitting peacefully in the back seat giggling. That baby should have been tossed if he was loose during the whole thing. See, that's a little demon baby. He be giggling and tickled by these murders, child. And Natasha should have known something was not on the up and up. Now, Natasha ends up driving with the baby in a closed hamper in the back seat of her car. Y'all, who let their baby work on this series? That's what I want to know. I'm not letting my child play the demon baby. Look. If I just so happen to be at the park with my kids and I see the little demon baby who, you know, the baby who played the demon baby, I know it's just acting and it ain't real, but I'm gonna have to gather my kids and we're gonna have to leave. Or if I'm a nanny and I apply for a job and I see that it's the little baby who played the demon baby child, I'm running. I don't care if it's fake and it's just an acting job. I cannot interact with the baby who played the demon baby. So Natasha pulls up to a gas station, right? And I'm not really sure why we here. Because, I mean, she pulls up to the gas station to use the restroom. But, girl, why didn't you use the restroom before you left the cab? I don't know, y'all. How far was the drive? I don't understand. She carries the baby inside while in the dang hamper. And the attendant is a nice older man who she asks to watch the baby while she goes to the restroom. Y'all, all I could think while Natasha was in the restroom was, please, girl, hurry up before this nice man get killed, because he obviously gonna get killed. But this girl decides to climb out the mother-freaking window. But once she gets in her car, all of a sudden, it won't start. Because, yeah, that happens. Then she hears a noise from inside of the gas station. And what y'all think happened? The attendant was killed from a shelf full of like cans of paint falling on the poor man's head. And when Natasha goes in and sees him dead, you just hear the baby giggling. Baby, the man dead. Do you think I'm grabbing this baby after all this done happened? I don't need the car to start. I will just start running up the dang road. But Natasha leaves with the baby and heads to the police station, not wondering why the car suddenly starting. Now, once she gets to the police station, child, she like, oh no, I'm just dropping it off. But girl, you done left multiple crime scenes. So of course they want to question her, get a statement, etc. But they end up detaining her because they don't believe her story. But I was confused because, I mean, the two cops didn't call none of this in before they were killed. I don't understand. But hold on now, y'all. We see the detective who questioned her and took her statement come into the cell Natasha's been held in, holding the baby, talking about the baby won't start crying. And I'm watching like, so? Like, what y'all doing? This ain't the baby mama? I was sitting there like, what the heck kind of cops are these? Y'all think the old girl involved in murders, y'all think she could chuck boulders and kill cops, but y'all gonna lock the baby in a cell with her? Oh. But the craziness gets crazier because Natasha started breastfeeding the baby. Nah, this don't make no sense, child. Because you can't just create milk. Like, if I go pick up a baby right now, I can't breastfeed the baby. Y'all, the baby bites her while feeding, and then his little face turned into a little monster. You know, like with the little weird teeth, like you done sawed it up. But y'all, none of this ain't really happened. It was all a dream. I knew it didn't make sense that the cop will put the baby in the dang cell. But the detective comes in when Natasha wakes up and tells her, your story checks out, you could go. Now, the next day, Natasha is at her home. She hears the doorbell, and when she opens up the door, the baby is on the ground in the dang hamper. And people just lying right by the baby. Ain't nobody even look like, oh, baby hamper. No, they just walking on by. Now, see, I would be thinking, child, where the cops? What social services that was supposed to come get the baby? Hide this baby at my home address. And child, I would have opened the door, saw the baby, and I would have closed the door back. Y'all, the way the baby looked up at her though, like, let me in, I possess your soul now, you are mine, you can't get rid of me. I don't know, y'all. That's what I read in the baby expression. For me, the baby is like representative of just how kids are a bad luck charm. Like what, when you have a child, bad things just follow everywhere the child goes. I'm just playing. Nah, it's just my personal taste, but I wish this were like straight horror instead of horror comedy. I just want the dark and morbid, but it's not like straight comedy. It's dark comedy, and it works well, but I don't know. I want it to be a little more sinister. I just feel like I want to stay in the dark parts of the story and not take any detours from that. I really enjoyed this first episode, and I'm definitely really intrigued. I'm curious as to how this will all wrap up, right? Where did the baby come from? How will Natasha get rid of the baby? Child, can Natasha get rid of the baby? This reminds me of that movie Case 39, which I enjoyed. It'll be fun to see if Natasha can, I guess, outsmart the demon baby. Now, the title of each episode kind of struck me because the title of each episode sounds like how the story will flow, right? The arrival, the seduction, the bulldozer, the mother, the baby, the rage, the curse, the possession. I'm intrigued. They have me hooked. Now, let's get into episode 2. This episode shows us 2 employees at a cookie shop. A woman with a baby comes in at closing or near closing when they closing up. And y'all, this lady, she looked busted and raggedy. I mean, she looked just about how any mom I know look when they got a baby. You know, it's like that zombie, haven't slept, going through hell kind of look. Like all the color drained out your face kind of look. So the male employee starts to head out with his dog, who barks at the baby. And child, look, let me tell you. Listen to the dogs. I say that all the time. I will never forget taking my first dog, Zala, to my homegirl's son, like 4th birthday party, 3rd, 4th birthday party. All kinds of kids, adults were there. Child, Zala just having fun. She never met these people. The little child was tossing around balloons. She was chasing balloons. She was having a good old time. But when my homegirl boyfriend walked in, Zala started barking at him. She had her eyes kind of like home when he would move. Dogs, they know. They got a sense. When the young lady brings the woman over her coffee and cookie, the woman grabs her arm like, grip that mug, like, don't go. Now, see, if somebody did that to me, I would be trying to figure out what the heck going on. Like, I would think something wrong, but old girl just walk off. Okay. Now, when old girl walks off, she goes off to the back of the little shop. Y'all, the stare down between the baby and the woman was so freaking good. I was waiting for the baby to like get up and like move, or like, I'm finna bust some fucking move. As the woman was eating the cookie, she starts to choke. And y'all, she doing everything to try and help herself, y'all. She goes to the counter and rings the bell, you know, that you hit for service or help. And old girl in the back, and she just shout, be with you in a sec. Girl, I'm choking. In a sec, I will be dead. So the girl working the cookie shop ends up coming out to the front and finding the lady on the floor dead and the dang demon baby giggling. Y'all, every time somebody dead, this baby is giggling. When I tell y'all this baby is so creepy, even the baby dang giggle is creepy. See, usually baby giggles be cute. Not y'all, not this baby. Now they take us back to Natasha, who we see sleeping in a chair with a dang knife in her hands. And girl, I don't blame you. Her friend Rita comes over and Natasha says, "Don't touch it," referring to the baby. But then she goes into the kitchen to make coffee, leaving her friend in the room by herself with the baby. And I'm like, girl, everybody near baby ends up dead. Why are you leaving your friend alone with the demon baby? That ain't friend, come in the kitchen with me while I make this coffee. Don't be alone with the baby. But when Natasha goes back in the room, she just sees her friend holding the baby. Now, it gets crazy because while they talking, Rita keep calling the demon baby, who Natasha only just found, a few days ago. She keep calling her Natasha's baby. And Natasha keeps saying, "This ain't my baby." Child, Rita just goes on, "If you're struggling, there's no shame in admitting it." Now, I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on. I mean, I guess obviously something supernatural has happened with the timeline and events. Somehow, Demon Baby has changed the recent events, right? I'm also guessing that if we were to go back to that police station and that detective from the night that the baby and Natasha came in and gave a statement and all that, they won't remember her or the baby or the events that transpired. Because this is now Natasha's baby. I don't know exactly, but obviously recent events have been changed and only Natasha can remember them, how they actually occurred. Now, as Natasha continues to say, "This ain't my baby," Rita proceeds to pick the baby up and try to walk out, even though Natasha keep protesting and saying, "Give me the baby, give me the baby, don't take the baby, give me the baby, give me the baby." And the girl just talking and just trying to walk off with the baby. Now, I thought this was crazy. You can't just grab somebody's baby and ignore them when they tell you to get them back the baby. Like, you can't just be like, "Yeah, I'm finna take your baby and I'm finna just keep going." The person be saying, "Nah, give me the baby, give me the baby, give me the baby." You just keep going. But Natasha ends up getting the baby and pretty much kicking her friend out. She tells the baby, "I know I'm not your mom. You are not getting inside my head." We'll see. Now, when Natasha was at the police station, she overheard them saying the name of the woman who fell off of the cliff, Lydia. But how they get the lady name when we ain't even seeing the crime scene unit out? Don't you gotta like take their fingerprints, find out their identity or something? Anyway, she looks up the lady and she's led to the cookie shop where Lydia worked. And we see the same guy and his dog that we met when we saw Lydia working there. Cute dog. So after the guy explains what happened with Lydia and the customer who came in and choked, they take a look at the security footage and Natasha recognizes that Demon Baby is the same baby in the footage. And she asks, "Oh boy, ain't this the same baby?" Because you know when you see something crazy, you need another person to confirm they see it too so that you feel less crazy. Now, somehow, Demon Baby gets the dog's ball. And child, I have dogs. I know how dogs are when it comes to their balls. My girl Zaya will play fetch all day if you let her. I mean, she will wake up and grab a ball. Like, I'd be annoyed. I'd be laying on the sofa just tossing that mug down the hallway. She just run after it. Because dogs and their balls, child. And I actually do the little treat ball thingy with my dog. Dogs love their balls, child. Now, as I'm watching, I'm just getting annoyed because it seemed like they only add dogs in these dang stories just to kill them. Look, there was no reason to even write this ish in the dang story, y'all. I'm so annoyed. Somehow, Demon Baby gets the ball, round the dang corner, down the dang hall, out the building, out the door, stop it in the middle of the dang heavy, busy street. And to make the ish even more cruel, the dog gets his ball, right? He avoids getting hit. Now, why nobody stopped their car to help the dog get out the road? I don't understand. When y'all see ducks and geese and stuff trying to cross the road, stop your car. If you see a dog stuck in the middle of the road, stop your car, y'all. Come on now, man. We gotta help the animals. But to make it even more cruel, it was like the baby was waiting for an old boy to come out and see his dog get killed, which is exactly what happened. And I officially hate this little demon baby because she done killed the dog. She done went too far. So the connection made so far, the young lady running through the woods was wearing a yellow raincoat, and the young lady at the cookie shop we saw went to put on a yellow raincoat. Somehow the baby went from the ragged lady who choked to Lydia, cookie lady. I really want to see Lydia's story though. I want to know, how did she end up running through the woods, running from police? Why was police anywhere involved in her story? Lydia had the baby in a bag, but Natasha's still treating the demon baby like it's an actual baby. Child, chuck the baby in the bag, chuck the bag in the river. How long did Lydia have the baby? Now, Natasha gets back home, leaves the baby in the living room, goes in her room for a break. Child, she like, go in the room, turn around, baby right there. So Natasha takes the baby out again, closes all kinds of doors, but I feel like Natasha could close a panic room door and that dang demon baby would still just pop up right there because it's a demon baby. Now, after Natasha cooks dinner and makes the baby a plate of food, who, by the way, baby ain't ate, ain't had a bottle, ain't had a sip of water, sipping cup. I don't know what stage baby had, bottle, sipping cup, I don't know. Y'all, the baby ain't had nothing for days. Now, y'all, the demon baby is getting to Natasha because she leans over and smells the baby head, which old boy at the cookie shop made a comment about. Demon baby creeping in, y'all. Of course, though, we get the proverbial knock at the door with an anonymous envelope dropped off that gives our protagonist information she would otherwise not have. I have to say, this was so cliche and typical. They could have been way more imaginative than that. So Natasha opens the envelope to find a USB drive with photos on it of women from different decades, all holding demon baby, wearing the same exact clothes and socks, y'all. Okay, so are the clothes evil? Like, if we gotta burn the baby, do we gotta burn the clothes too? You know how, like, in order to kill the demon, you gotta, like, burn it? Do we gotta burn the clothes? And, of course, the last photo is one of Natasha holding the baby outside the cookie store, which, when she was at the cookie store, we did see someone scoping her out. Child, look. I'm chucking that baby out the window. Call the cops. Lock me up. I don't care. But I don't want demon baby. Gotta go. The fact that would have freaked me out to see me in that loop of pictures with everybody. Nah, we gotta get rid of the demon baby. Now, Natasha, feeling the same way, drives out to a field in the middle of nowhere. After dropping the baby in the middle of the field and leaving him, Natasha ends up getting all turned around, trying to get back to her car. She was running and running and running through the dang field. She started panicking and just could not find her dang car, y'all. She ends up, like, in the middle of the field, dropping down like she can't get to the car. All you could hear was the dang baby crying. Obviously, demon baby not letting her go. Of course, with no choice, Natasha goes back to the baby. She apologized like, demon baby, sorry. But child, I would be wandering through the field for weeks before I go back to the demon baby. Y'all, soon as Natasha gets the baby, she is able to get back to her car. Easy. And see, once I got to the car, I would start the car up, then I'm going to chuck the baby. I don't know why Natasha still trying to, like, handle the baby with care. I am throwing the baby like a football, like, go long. Once Natasha gets in the car and treat, like, I want her to stop treating the baby like an actual baby. Okay, y'all. Now, once Natasha gets in the car, the crib keeper from the cabin pops up in the backseat and say, we need to talk. Y'all, is she in on this? What part does she play? But it was weird because Natasha ain't jumped when the lady said her sentence. She kind of jumped when the sentence was over. It was weird. Now, remember when Natasha asked the crib keeper if the cabin was hers, and she said it's her friend's. Now, I thought it was a little creepy. Now, hold on, lady. Who is your friend? The devil? Was this all set up before Natasha even got to the cabin? Because I'm feeling like a situation like this might not just be by chance. Now, they setting up quite a few mysteries. I just hope the writers gonna tie everything together to where it makes sense. I mean, obviously, demon baby is not human. I'm going to assume demon baby is some kind of demon that's like hundreds of years old, that takes the form of a baby, maybe feeds off people. You know those demons where the human die and the demon take their years? Do we need to find some kind of mystical weapon to stab through demon baby heart? Do we need a priest to perform an exorcist and banish demon baby back to hell? I want them to just release all the episodes. I'm ready to know how this story is. I'm sorry, I guess I'm impatient. I feel like this is such a good idea though, using a baby which is seen as the most innocent in society as the freaking demonic killer. Playing into the fears or horrors of motherhood. I mean, look. How Natasha's life completely derails once she ends up with the baby. This series is literally my worst nightmare come to life on screen. I do want the story to get a bit more dark, but y'all, I'm morbid. I'm sorry. Also, I'm confused about a few aspects right now. Rita and Max have pretty much kind of disappeared. If I go to my close friend's house who just had a baby and they are acting the way Natasha was, child, that ain't normal, baby. I'm not gonna just leave. My friends saying they own baby, ain't they baby? That's alarming. Also, why is Max upset with Natasha? Because if events were changed to where Natasha has the baby, like this baby is her baby, then that would mean their poker night did not go the way we saw it play out, right? I don't understand. I'm also kind of annoyed with the little sidetracks that seem to serve no purpose in the story. For one, when we met her co-workers, what was that for? Why did I have to sit through that dribble? And how much time has passed? Because, child, Natasha ain't had to go back to work. I don't understand what's going on. Now, the baby and horror element are pretty enjoyable, even though kind of typical, but I enjoy it. But each direction is pretty cliche. Also, so far, I'm not very impressed with the characters. Natasha kind of annoyed me a bit. I mean, it's not horrible. I still enjoy the show. I like the realistic element regarding the baby. I think that was a good idea. The baby isn't walking around wielding a knife like Chucky. The baby acts and moves throughout the story like a baby. The baby isn't like talking in some deep booming demonic voice. The baby is simply being a baby, and people just seem to die around him. Keeping the baby realistic to me is a much more creepy element. Like, it makes it kind of feel real. I need them to pick up some steam though. I need them to really pick up some steam with the story, child. I need them to pick up the pacing. I need the third episode to go deeper into the story of the baby. Let's not derail. Let's not derail with Natasha's personal life. I don't care. Let's stay on track. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you watched until the end. If you like my content, guys, please make sure you support my channel by hitting like, comment your opinion down below. Support the channel by hitting subscribe, guys. Make sure you have your post notifications on so you will be alerted when I post TV show, movie reviews, and recaps. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.